Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. Time for the big one. Champions League semi-final match preview against PSG. We have not been able to say that at all, and this is the first time in a Champions League semi-final since 2009. So this is actually very, very new territory for us. Majority of the fans, majority of the team, we've never been at in this stage. Last round, we faced a Real Madrid team that has won it 15 times more than us, but this time it's actually quite similar. We are facing a team that has never won this competition and are just as desperate as us to win this trophy. And they have come close a couple of times, just like us, but they've never been able to get over the line. So the way we are looking at this as an opportunity, I'm sure they're looking at this as an opportunity as well, because both teams don't really have any Champions League history. Now, we've already played them this season, and the last time we played them, we beat them 2-0. This was the lineup on that day. So we had players like Raya, Calafiori, Gabriel. So I'm not going to go through it, but 4 of those players are not going to be here. So Havertz played up front, is not going to be here. Partey played in midfield, is suspended. Obviously, Calafiori is still injured. He might make it on the bench, but he played in this game. He started. So out of this lineup, you would say 3 players are not going to be here. So the rest of them are pretty much going to be there. But Odegaard also didn't play this game, for example. For PSG, yes, their team has changed, as people have been saying, but their defense and their goalkeeper remain the same. Those are the same 5 that are going to start. Midfield, Vitinha and Neves are going to start, but they're probably going to bring in Fabian Ruiz, but he was on the bench in this game. And then Lee is not going to play. It's going to be Dembele, and Dua and Bakola. One of them is going to miss out, and Dembele is going to play. So they missed out on Dembele and Kvaratskhelia in that game, and also Fabian Ruiz. So our team will change by like 3 or 4 players, and their team will change by like 3 or 4 players. So it's going to be a little bit. It's going to be a few changes, not that many, but obviously, yes, like our captain is back for them. Kvaratskhelia is a new signing in January. For us, Lewis Kelly is starting at left back now. For them, they're not going to start Lee up front. And if you look at the game we played them, there was not too many big chances. We only had 1 big chance in that game. They had 0, and they had 10 shots. We had 6. They had more than us. So they had more corners and all that. Possession, they had more. So it's interesting. It's going to be an interesting game. So things have changed since then, as I said, not just in terms of lineup, their performances as well. For us at that time, you're probably still think you're going to be in a tight race. We haven't been in that the entire season, but actually our Champions League campaign has been quite good. Our Champions League campaign has been promising more than the Premier League. Now, the Premier League has not been great, but the Champions League, those wins against Sporting away from home, beating Real Madrid home and away, beating PSV at their place by 7 goals and scoring 9 against them on aggregate. Those results against PSG at home, against Monaco at home. So Champions League campaign has been one to remember, obviously finishing 3rd in the group stage as well. In the league phase, that was great as well. So can we go a step further? We've only made 1 Champions League final in our history, and this is an opportunity. Now, we are playing the first game at home. I think they need to kind of change that. They need to make it like basically in American sports, if you finished higher than someone, they're the ones who are going to play home first. So I think from the future seasons, they need to be looking at it like that. Like if they finished lower than us on the table and the draw is made, whether it's semi-final or quarterfinal, they play the home game first and then they play away second. But for us, it could actually be a good thing, just like the Real Madrid game. It could actually be the best thing because we are better defensively than attacking-wise. So do we prefer, losing the first leg away from home and then overturning it in the second leg, or do we prefer winning it in the first leg and then defending it in the second leg? I think the second is a better option for us the way we are right now, better defensively than attacking-wise. So can we do the same thing we did to Real Madrid? Listen, when we went to the Bernabeu, I thought we were going to go with a 1-0 lead. We ended up going with a 3-goal lead, which was way more than expected. Now, for this game against PSG at home, I think we also need another 2-goal lead. Now, PSG have been on an England tour of England over the last 2-3 months. They've played Man City, they've played Aston Villa, they have played Liverpool as well. They've played so many teams, England teams this year, and they've actually beaten almost all of them. They eliminated Liverpool, they eliminated Aston Villa, although they lost one of the 2 legs in both of those games, and they beat Man City. I think they scored 4 goals against Man City. So PSG is a good team. PSG is a really good team. Probably not the same team that we faced last time, because now they have Dembele and Kvaratskhelia, and they don't lose games. They recently lost to Nice, but that was their first loss in the league the whole season. They have lost to Aston Villa and to Liverpool in those other games, those other Champions League games, and to us last year. But I think those could be like the only losses. They're not a team that always loses games. Now, we're actually almost the same. We also don't lose games, but we draw a lot of games in the Premier League, but we haven't actually lost a lot of games. I mean, it feels like the only team that beats us is Newcastle for some reason, and yeah, those are the only games that we've lost. Is not too many, 3 in the league, and the Champions League. How many? Inter Milan. Have we lost any other? It might be just Inter Milan, right? I think it's only like 1 game that we've lost this season. So it's a good record in traveling the Champions League, but they also have a good record. Now, any team can win this game. I'm confident we'll win it, but any team can win this game. And if they came to our place and beat us at our place, then it would be very concerning. So we have to have a positive result after this game. We just have to. This is the last chance for us to finish the season on a high. Because listen, if you go to the Champions League final and you win it, no one will even remember the Premier League season. We'll go into the transfer market into next season motivated, trying to win the Premier League title next season. But imagine if like you lost this game, like the mood would be so down, and no one even thought you're going to reach this stage anyway. But now that we've reached it, we've seen that, oh my goodness, we can actually beat Real Madrid and we actually have a chance of winning the Champions League. That is something that we did not expect at all. So this is a massive one. This is an absolute massive one. And there's going to be situations like there were against Real Madrid. There could be like a penalty shout, and then maybe it's overturned. There could be a penalty that is missed. There's going to be other things, and you're going to also have to be at the right end of the luck as well. You also have to be a bit lucky, play well, defend well, don't make any mistakes at all. Hopefully those mistakes we've been making the last few games, we cut them off completely, because we can't be giving players like Dembele and Kvaratskhelia those chances. We don't. If PSG are going to score, let them score a good goal. When you consider good goal, no problem. You see the goal that Eze scored against us last week, no complaints. Yes, we should have marked him better, but he scored a very good goal, well and good. That's fine. But the goals we considered against Real Madrid and against the second and against Crystal Palace and a few others this season, no, those are the kind of goals I don't want us to concede. If PSG get a free kick and Kvaratskhelia whips it to the top corner, no problem at all. That's fine. Those teams are quality. That's why in the semi-final. But let them work for their goals. Let's not like work so hard for hours for 20 minutes to get a goal and then we just give them one. Let's not do that. Cut off the mistakes. And we are going to have chances that are going to be saved, because Donnarumma is also a very good goalkeeper, as we saw against against Aston Villa. Just like Courtois made a lot of saves against us, we're going to have to keep going and keep going and keep going. We might not score from the first one. We might not score from the second shot. We might save all of them, but you have to keep on going. You have to create numerous chances. Now, unfortunately, you're coming into this game off the back of a poor Premier League showing again, and on top of that, you're coming into this game after obviously another few other players missing out. Now, Merino missed out the last game, Ben White missed out, and Partey suspended. So it's another tough situation. Usually your lineup would be Partey, Rice, Odegaard midfield, Merino up front, Trossard comes in the second half. That would be the case. But if obviously Partey is out, that means it should be Rice, Merino, and Odegaard in midfield. Now you would say Jorginho, but Jorginho is also out. So in midfield, we are very short again. So it has to be Rice, Merino, and Odegaard. And then up front, Trossard starts if Merino is not there. But if Merino is not there as well, then there's a bit of a problem there. You're going to have to switch the squad again. And I don't want us to really like switch the squad up completely to the point where, I think it's the same at all. Like we switch up 4 or 5 positions. I don't want us to do that. So I'm not nervous, but I'm like, man, please, this is a big opportunity, man. I think after beating Real Madrid, PSG, again, I say PSG is a very good attacking team. Like it's a team that can score 4 or 5 goals against you. But if you played Real Madrid in a quarterfinal and then you beat them, and then in the semi-final you're playing Bayern Munich, who have eliminated us like 5 times in like 15 years, you're like, oh man, Bayern Munich again. Or if you end up facing a Barcelona that is on incredible form, scoring a bunch of goals every single week, you'd be like, oh man, Real Madrid and then Barcelona, and then so we are facing a team that has never won it just like us. But maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe they're just as desperate as to win it just like us. So We just have to give it to all players, just like we've done in the Champions League. The good thing with the Champions League with us is teams don't pack the bus, and PSG are not going to pack the bus. We struggle against teams that pack the bus. Like I was looking at the other day, West Ham. I think West Ham beat us. I don't think they've won a game since then. They've been losing every single game. That's just a good example because they just pack the bus against us, no counter attack, and we beat them. But in the Champions League, we've been able to score 5 against Madrid, 9 against PSV, 5 against Sporting. Why? Because these teams are attacking and they're not scared of you. They're going to attack you. You're going to give them a chance. You're going to get a chance. You hope your defense is good. You hope your goalkeeper is good. You hope they're having an off day, and you hope the chances drop to the chance that drop to you, you score them, at least a couple of them. So that is going to be the scenario again in this game. So that's where I'm looking at the Champions League. Like, yeah, we have a chance. Now, I've looked at the stats from the last game. We only had 1 big chance and they had 0. So there wasn't too many big chances created, but that was in the league phase. This is now the semi-final, like 6 months later. So things will be different. So if you have a 2-goal advantage from this one, I'd be very confident. It's still going to be very hard at PSG. If you compare the game they had against Liverpool, they had almost 30 shots against Liverpool in France. So not going to be easy. Now, we've played PSG, I think 5 times in our history. We've never lost to them. That's another good record, just like the Real Madrid one, where we had not considered a goal against them. And then we also have a good record against French teams, I'd say. We usually win most of them, so that's a good thing. Now, what lineup would I go for? I think it's very easy, this one. This is the lineup that I would go for. Goalkeeper Raya, defensively nothing changes. Lewis Kelly, Kivio, Saliba, and Timber. Saliba, no dwelling with the ball at the back. Kivio, just keep on performing the way you have, and the other 2 guys keep on performing the way you have. Midfield wise, who do we go for? Obviously, Declan Rice, Merino, and Odegaard. Now, if Merino is not there, I would actually... It's so hard. It's either you start Tierney or Zinchenko. If you start Tierney, Lewis Kelly midfield. If you start Zinchenko, Zinchenko plays in midfield. There's nothing much you can do there. If Merino is not there, I would start Zinchenko in midfield and hope he can, give those passes in between the lines and all that. That is what I would do. But hopefully Merino is fit because these goals, we need them. So Merino and Odegaard, we need a big game from Odegaard if you're going to win this competition. We need big performances from him. Even if he saves it for the last 3 games, hopefully we do see them from this game. And then up front, I'm going to go with Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right, and obviously Trossard up front. So that is because Partey's out in midfield, so Marina has to play in midfield. I don't know if the second leg will be different. But as you can see with that, if Calafiori and Ben White are not back, our bench is very short. So we basically will have Tierney on the bench, Nwaneri, Sterling, and that's it, really. And a few youngsters, Deji, and then maybe Neto, goalkeeper. We literally will not have anything to bring off the bench. Maybe just Nwaneri if Saka cannot finish 90 minutes. So that's not a great position to be in. And Zinchenko will be on the bench, but if Merino also misses out, then Zinchenko starts, then the bench is even shorter. So that is something that we'll need to work on desperately over the transfer window. I know we do have injuries, so it's unfortunate. If everyone is fit, we'd have Calafiori there, White there, Jesus there, Havertz there, the bench would be very, very different. But now that we have injuries, if you compare our bench to what theirs could be, there could be a situation where they have Emre on the bench, they could have Desire Duo, Bakol on the bench, one of them. So it could be very, very different in terms of what impact they can make and what impact we can make. So, it's a big one, guys. Big one. Now, do I think we are going to win this one? I think we will. I predicted a win against Real Madrid last time at home. I said that we're going to beat them 2-1. Will I go with the same here? I'm going to go with Arsenal 3, PSG 1. Yep, I'm confident. Arsenal 3, PSG 1. Let's go for it. Let's go to their place and let's concentrate on the first one first. Let's win the first game and then let's see how it goes after that. So 3-1 to Arsenal. Let's go with Saka to score, Martinelli to score, Trossard to score. Let me know your prediction. Let me know what you do if Merino is not there. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.